boys and girls. Today we're going to be making a winter landscape diorama. So normally we would make dioramas by using a box, shoebox, or something like that to create a little diorama, but we're going to use construction paper today. We're going to fold it, and I'll show you how to fold it into a position where we can start filling it with some winter trees. This is a paper cutout lesson, and it's very interesting how the light hits these trees, and you can really see the background, the middle ground, and the foreground. So this is our project we'll be starting today, so let's get started. First, you'll need a 9 by 12, approximately 9 by 12 inch piece of white construction paper. You're going to put it in landscape position and fold it in half this way. Line up those corners. And then fold it in half this way. When you open it up, you will have 4 sections. This is going to be the top of our diorama, and this is going to be the bottom. To prepare it to be folded into that shape, we'll have to cut this bottom crease. It has a little line there for you to cut on. Go ahead and cut all the way up till you reach the middle. We'll be folding this like this to make a diorama. In the foreground here, we'll have some little snowdrifts, and these corners of our paper will make those snowdrifts. So we need to make them a little bit rounded. So put your 2 fingers on the 2 corners of that paper, and we're going to make a little round cut on both of those corners. Those are the 2 bottom corners. We will fold this and then fold up these to make snowdrifts. But first, we're going to keep it flat, and we're going to start designing our background. These are going to be trees or animals or whatever you want to include in your winter landscape. If you take out the handout I provided for you, you have lots of ideas of trees and animals that you can include. So we're going to take a pencil, could be a colored pencil, for the background, and start designing your background with some trees. You might want to include some evergreen trees and maybe some trees that have lost their leaves. You could also start adding in some snowflakes. So let's work on the background first. After you've sketched out your trees, you could start adding a little bit of color with some colored pencils. You'll want to use light, cool colors. When artists do landscapes, they will often use lots of cool colors. Grays, blues, greens, lavenders, all those colors that remind us of things that are cool. When you finish your trees and you finish designing your background, you're going to want to start making some more trees. Refer to your resource handout and start selecting some colors that you want for the trees in the foreground. Now they can be all white, they can be light greens and grays. I've got one I've started here. I've cut that out of some gray scrap paper that I had. I've also got some lavender paper. I've got a lot of white, and You can just do this however you want. If you want to do all white trees and put designs on them like I did here, you can. So I am going to turn you loose and let you start designing those trees. Now I'm going to tell you a little trick. If you get a tree that you like, you can always make more than one tree at a time by folding your paper in half. Oops, there's two papers there. Fold your paper in half and cut out two at a time. I like this little tree. So I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and trace it. And then I'm going to cut out two more, just like it. You have to cut these very carefully. Paper cutout art takes a lot of patience. Sometimes it can be frustrating. But with any art form, if you take your time, you will get something very nice. I like these lavender little trees. So we are doing this in the style of Kelly Pousette that we talked about before. Paper cutout artist from Canada. She overcame her fear of the forest by using her art to make more of a happy place, not such a scary place. And I think these light, cool colors give it a very peaceful effect for our winter landscape. So there's two little trees. If I didn't want to have two identical trees, I could change this one a little bit just by doing a couple extra little cuts. So you need to keep on cutting. You need more trees that we're going to be putting here in our diorama. So keep cutting, keep making more trees, and we will assemble it in just a moment. Background is done. You're ready to fold your paper into the diorama. Once you've done that, you're ready to start adding in your trees. So in order for these trees to be able to stand up, you need to fold a little foot. And we'll glue down that little foot. Now your trees might fall down as you're working. If you're using a glue stick, let's hold that down for a few seconds. And then once we start building the trees in there, trees can help hold each other up. You'll see what I mean in just a minute.